Teen Chronicle presents Kids in Crisis.
Here at Children's of Alabama, doctors see firsthand the health crises our kids face. We begin with a slow, silent killer, childhood obesity. Experts say the rates have reached epidemic levels, tripling since the 1970s, and it's something that can impact a child's health for the rest of their life.
Hello, welcome to Great Clips.
Sarah Owens is a 29-year-old cosmetologist, but she feels more like a fighter. She says dealing with her weight has been a lifelong battle. She struggled with obesity as long as she can remember, and she remembers all too well a very uncomfortable conversation with her doctor when she was a young teen.
They were like, you weigh 275 and you're 14 years old. Like, that is not good. You're pre-diabetic. I was so picky as a child. Just eating vegetables for me wasn't an option. I would opt to eat like mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, stuff like that.
Being an obese child can mean real health risks. Dr. Stephanie Wallace is the director of Children's of Alabama's Weight Management Clinic. She wants to help children overcome their weight challenges and break bad habits.
Many of our young people are at risk for diabetes, even at 10, 9, 11, 12 years old. Same thing with their blood pressure measurements.
Being overweight is a pretty common problem here in the South. Alabama ranks 6th in the country in childhood obesity, 3rd for obese adults.
So why are more and more children classified as obese? One reason? Kids just aren't as active as they used to be. They can play games, interact with friends, find information, even live a virtual life without ever having to get out of bed. And that inactivity has consequences.
I've never really ate too many vegetables in my life, so this is a big change.
For Sarah, those consequences were emotional and physical.
I was embarrassed to be around people because I thought they were always talking about my weight.
Sarah says as a child, she wasn't as happy-go-lucky as she is now. Her mother was often ill. She had seizures. So Sarah says she felt anxious and worried.
I stayed so depressed about, like, it was a combination of my mom and my weight. I just thought I couldn't do anything.
You felt hopeless?
Yeah, I felt very helpless.
Dr. Wallace says taking that extra weight as a child into your adulthood only magnifies the health risks.
It just gets worse as our young people get older. Not to mention that, we're 2nd and 3rd when it comes to hypertension and diabetes in adults.
Obesity puts you at high risk for diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, joint problems, high cholesterol, and it worsens asthma.
I love the steamer vegetables.
Sarah says her wake-up call came when she went to an urgent care clinic.
They told me that I needed to go to my regular doctor and, possibly look at getting on some blood pressure medicine, and I did not want to do that. So my doctor told me I needed to lose weight or, that was going to be, a probability.
And that's when she got serious about her weight loss, ditched the fad diets and fasting for a more conservative and medically supported approach.
I knew I had to do this and do it healthy. It looks so good.
Now Sarah is almost halfway to her goal weight.
Experts say there is no shortcut to losing weight. It comes naturally, a byproduct of a healthy lifestyle. So you have to eat right and you have to get moving. Now, Sarah went to a weight loss clinic and she's being monitored by healthcare professionals. She's doing it the smart way and she is highly motivated, which is half the battle right there. But the issues that caused Sarah to become an obese child are still out there for children today.
It's so easy to get like dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets and French fries. Your kid's going to eat it, but they're not going to want to eat broccoli and, avocados and, healthy fruits and stuff like that.
Doctors say some foods marketed to children aren't the healthiest options, and often the least healthy foods are the cheapest.
Some of the high processed, high sugary foods are some of the favorites that many of our young people have.
All right, how much juice do we have in one day?
At Children's of Alabama's Clinic for Weight Management, young patients meet with dietitians and nutritionists to go over the basics of what a healthy plate looks like.
That's why we want to be sure that we're getting plenty of fruit, non-starchy vegetables, and whole grains because they're high in fiber.
What is served often to us at restaurants are really larger portions than what are thought to be healthy, but because it's on a plate, everybody thinks, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be eating.
So many children have to relearn how to eat and what to eat. Many are referred to the clinic by their pediatrician. Because of the obesity epidemic, new medical guidelines encourage primary care doctors to talk to their patients about their weight. But that's something many are reluctant to do.
It is uncomfortable, a conversation. You're being teased at school and there's some teasing at home, and then to have your doctors or the nurses to say something to you about your weight, it can often come off very mean.
65 pounds, yeah.
Sarah's doctor had that uncomfortable conversation with her several months ago, and it changed her life.
I was at 336, now I'm at 270. I want to lose 70 more pounds to get to 200.
Now she says her relationship with food has totally changed.
I used to associate it with it being bad, and now I associate it with it being good. In moderation, you can still have certain things, but, mostly it's fuel. You're trying to fuel your body.
Broccoli, carrots, asparagus.
At the weight loss clinic, the patients are children, and most don't make their own decisions about food. A parent is usually the one buying the food and preparing the meals, so they have to be a part of the solution.
It takes us adults to decide that this is an important habit to develop, to have, in order to have our children lead healthier lives.
Dr. Wallace says everyone in the home should get on board, even those with a healthy weight. When everyone in the family starts living healthier, the overweight child is more likely to do well.
Here's Dr. Wallace's advice for all of us. Eat 3 cups of vegetables and 2 cups of fruit every day. Drink 0 sugar-sweetened beverages. She says stick with water or milk. 2 hours or less of screen time every day. That's anything with a power switch. And get at least an hour of physical activity. Get your heart rate up enough that you can hear the effort in your voice.
If everybody's diet, regardless of their weight and their medical activity and their medical history, sort of follows those 4 rules, that's sort of a really sensible way for families to really start.
Sarah is following those guidelines and in less than 4 months has lost almost 20% of her body weight. She's not done yet, but says already she feels better, she's healthier, and she's taught herself an invaluable lesson.
You can change. You can change, and you can feel better about yourself.
Sarah is an inspiration. She has had many ups and downs as she's tried to manage her weight since her childhood, but she is making some major strides. She is proud of herself. We are proud of her as well.